Hey guys, fishing and stuff. Today we're doing the ultimate portable battery comparison, and it turned out a lot different than I thought it would. I believe you're gonna be shocked, so stick around. So on today's video, we got 7 of the best portable battery options, in my opinion. This is a legit test. I ordered them all and paid for them all myself because there's a lot of bank fishermen, there's some kayak fishermen, even some of the boat fishermen out there need a power source and don't want to run their batteries down. Especially you YouTubers always run them cameras on your boat and stuff. So we're gonna put these 7 batteries to the test to see which one's best for the money. So let's get started. All right, I'm charging up all my batteries, making sure they charged up good because I want this test to be fair. This one's already charged up. It's the Kayak battery. Portable battery test number 1. All right, so the first battery I'm going over is this right here. This is just a AA battery holder that I bought off Amazon for $5. And I'm curious how long 8 AA's will last. Something else I'm interested in is it worth buying the high dollar batteries, which these are AA Energizer Max, or should I just buy the cheap alkaline batteries? So I'm gonna run a test on both of these batteries with this battery holder. And this battery holder, like I said, is only $5. It comes with this plug on it, but you could clip this off and solder it into something like to use on your boat or on your kayak, or if you was bank fishing. But I'm gonna set it up with the cheap batteries first, and we're gonna see how long they last. I got my cheap batteries put in here, basically making it 12 volts, I think. Something else I want to talk about is how much this thing weighs. So I put it on the scales, and it's a little over 7 ounces. So basically, this thing is just under a half a pound. I got a little clock set up. Now I'm gonna hook it to these LED lights. I just got them laid on the table, and I'm gonna let it run until it goes dead, and we're gonna see how long it lasts. So as you can tell, I'm running 2 tests at a time. If I was looking at the video, looks like they made it about an hour and a half. Portable battery test number 2. Now I got my little battery pack loaded back up with the Energizer Max batteries. We're gonna see what they run on it because they cost twice as much. We also fixing to find out what they weigh too. They actually weigh just a little bit more than the cheap alkalines, but that's okay. It's not enough to make a difference. I'm mainly checking the weight because in fishing, a lot of times weight matters. Like if you're in a kayak, even the bass fishermen, they use lithium batteries because they're a lot lighter. So I'm going to show you the weight on all of them. Now I'm going to plug it in and get this test rolling. Alright, so when all was said and done, the $8 General batteries run 1 hour and 26 minutes. It runs 16 foot of LED light in 1 hour and 26 minutes. The Energizer Max, which costs twice as much as the Dollar General batteries, may I remind you, run 1 hour and 36 minutes. It runs 10 minutes longer than the Dollar General battery. What a bargain. I won't be buying them fancy batteries no more. Nah, really, I don't buy them much anyway, but occasionally I do because I feel like they're better. But out of 1 hour and 36 minutes, you're only beating this battery by 10 minutes. That just seems like a ripoff for $8 compared to $4. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Battery test number 3. Like I told you before, I'm running 2 tests at a time. This is also an external battery. This external battery right here runs 18650, so you can carry extra ones with you. So when it goes dead, you can just change them out. But it only holds 2 at a time. It weighs 5.7 ounces. Not very heavy. So we're gonna throw 2 in there, and we're gonna see how long 2 lasts. Now on the test we run for this, we used the same LED strips that we used on the rest of them. They had the USB connection. The battery lasted 1 hour and 4 minutes, which is not bad for two 18650s running a 16-foot LED strip. Portable battery test number 4. Now this next battery is just like that 18650 battery, but it's just an external battery. I've had this battery a while and I can't remember if it's 25,000 milliamps or if it's 36,000 milliamps, but whichever one it is, it's a lot. It comes with 4 USB ports, which means you could charge 4 phones at the same time. Now, in my camera bag, I keep a battery like it, and I know for a fact this one's 36,000 milliamps. But anyway, we're gonna run a test on this one, but first we're gonna weigh it. Now, this battery weighs 12 ounces. That's nearly twice what this one weighs. And being that the batteries are most of the weight, that ought to tell you it packs a lot of power. And when all was said and done, it took this battery 8 hours to go dead. That's pretty dang impressive right there. 8 hours. Portable battery test number 5. Y'all probably remember the hack video I did last month where I took the rigid battery. I got the little power wheel adapter that you could plug into it, and I showed how you could use it to run your lights and stuff while you were fishing with the drill battery, which is awesome. Well, I got to update to that video that's even better. After I did it, I got to looking around. They make this thing right here, and it's kind of a power inverter. You plug it into your rigid battery just like the other thing. Well, it's got a USB slot on it, so you can charge your phone or you can run lights or whatever you want to, as long as it's USB, and it's got a power switch on it. I hadn't used it yet, but we're going to run it on the same test with our little clock timing it, and we're going to see how long it'll run. I assume it'll run just as long as the other one did, but I think it may run a little bit longer because this is an 18-volt battery, and the last time I used a 24-volt light so I wouldn't hurt the light. This time I got this little inverter thing, so what I did was I'm using a 12-volt light. Using a 12-volt light, it may run longer or it may not run as long, but we're fixing to find out. It just slides on there and locks, and that's all there are to it. That's pretty dang cool right there. Now the rigid battery, which is a 4 amp hour battery, after all was said and done, it ended up running it for 7 hours and 53 minutes, which is actually pretty dang cool. I really like this thing. Pretty dang awesome. You can run a 16-foot LED strip for 8 hours. You could take that fishing, you could take that camping, you could do a lot of stuff. Imagine how many times you can charge your phone with this thing. And that's pretty dang awesome. But I'm gonna tell you something that's even more awesome. I got a Milwaukee battery right here, and I found out they make these little inverters for just about every battery on the market. This one here also has a flashlight, which is pretty dang cool actually. They cut this thing off. Holy smoke, hey, cut this thing off. It won't go off. There it went. You gotta hold the button down. Anyway, this battery's fully charged, but I'm not gonna run a test with it because it's really not fair. This Milwaukee battery is a 3 amp hour and this rigid battery is a 4 amp hour. So common sense should tell us that this one's gonna last longer than this one. But still, 8 hours on this, that's pretty dang impressive right there. Test number 6. All right, on this next test, I'm gonna run a Kayak battery against a lithium battery. The Kayak battery is 9 amp hours and the lithium battery is 5 amp hours. So in all reality, the Kayak battery should kill the lithium battery in this test. I mean, it should be a win hands down, because it's almost twice as big. So you might tell yourself, why am I running this test? I'm running it because I want to see if a lithium battery is any different than a regular battery as far as how long it lasts. Now I'll show you what the difference is in a lithium battery right now. Now this Kayak battery weighs 5 pounds and almost 6 ounces. On the other hand, This lithium battery weighs 1 pound, 9 ounces. That's a pretty big difference. This Kayak battery weighs 5 times what this lithium battery weighs. That's pretty impressive. And that's the reason why bass fishermen are changing their batteries over to lithium, because they can go faster. But another thing people don't think about is kayakers don't need a lot of weight in their kayak, so this may be a good option for a kayak fisherman. Now I'm gonna set this test up. I switched lights because I stuck these little connectors on there. The other lights I was using were USB powered, but on these kayak batteries you don't have a USB, so you got to have those little connectors. Now, I'm a big fan of lithium batteries. I really am. Not that they're good for the environment or anything like that. Lithium batteries make it possible for us to have the cell phones we have and the other things we have. And I'm a fan of them. But the downside is this battery costs like $39. It costs twice as much as the Kayak battery. And we ran the continuous test with the lights on it, and this battery ended up running for 3 hours and 7 minutes, which is not bad. But when you look at it like this battery here is half the size, it weighs less, and it costs half the price. This brick battery ran for like 8 hours. This one ran for 3. I mean, make up your own mind, but I ain't paying $40 for a battery like this when I can outdo it with a battery like this. Portable battery test number 7. So now we're getting down to the brass tacks of things. We ran our Kayak battery, which is a 9 amp hour battery, the biggest of all of them so far. More than twice the size of the rigid battery, which was 4 amp hours. This one's 9 amp hours. It's a beast. We hooked it up to run our test. Halfway through the test, my power went off and came back on, and it messed my clock up. But luckily, I know that I started at 10 a.m. with this test, and it ran to after 4 a.m. in the morning. Alright, this Kayak battery, I'm going to have to end this test. So it ran for 16 hours and 20 minutes, and I had to end the test. I had to end it. I only got 1 weekend to do these videos, people. But think about that, 16 hours and 20 minutes, and I ended it. That's twice as long as any battery here. So this Kayak battery ran longer than both of these batteries put together. That's pretty dang impressive right there. But people's always asking how long these Kayak batteries last, and I wanted to do a test and show you. And I wanted to give you some other options as well. Well, that there test turned out way more interesting than I ever thought it would. And the clear winner was the Kayak battery, obviously. But the big surprise was this brick battery and the drill battery. It really kind of shocked me. I mean, both of those batteries getting 8 hours of run time is pretty impressive. You gotta admit it. Look guys, if you've never been on my channel before, I do a lot of DIY, so why don't you go over there and check it out. You'll probably find something you think's awesome, cause it's all awesome. And if you do find something awesome, click subscribe and ring the bell so that YouTube will notify you when I post videos and you won't miss none. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next build.